That guy is a douche, yes? You understand douche? Yes?
Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by again on such short notice. Despite little to no demand, we are back with another big, beautiful edition of IDP. This time around, we've got some post-rock / post-punk, some Baroque, psychedelic pop, and also some indie pop. All right, let's go ahead and get started. First up, we have the latest LP from the Brooklyn-based quartet. They are called Activity, and their new album is titled 1,000 Years in Another Way, and it is out now on Western vinyl. This is Activity's third LP, and I think has they've definitely expanded their lineup and now has kind of multiple singers and multiple lead vocalists and multiple songwriters, kind of mixing things up a bit. Styles shift a little bit from track to track. You've got kind of an electronic post-rock thing going, like trip hop, post-punk, has a dark, chilling, haunting vibe. The songs, they feel like they could be, like the soundtrack to like a modern film noir or modern, thriller movie. Would fit in on like the Lost Highway soundtrack, perhaps. So some songs have a post-OK Computer Radiohead vibe going. Others have like a little bit of like Portishead kind of thing happening. I guess they like Head, basically. The band features former members of Grooms, of Russian Baths, and Field Mouse. And they self-cite bands such as Broadcast, Beak, Can, and Talk Talk as influences on their sound. I feel like this is their best, most fully realized LP, and it's definitely worth giving a spin. Again, that is the band called Activity, and their new album is titled 1,000 Years in Another Way. Next, we have the third LP from the New York Baroque pop psych group called Lake Ruth, and this album is titled Hawking Radiation. Lake Ruth is a trio, features Houston Chen of the New Lines, Matt Schultz of Enon and Holy Fuck, and Allison Brie of the 18th Day of May and The Silver Abduction. This is psychedelic, mystical, krautrocky chamber pop. Think of the band Broadcast kind of mixed with the band The Cardigans or something along those lines. The vocals specifically have a little bit of a Nina Persson vibe. That's where the Cardigans thing happens, but it's a little Cardigans-y in other regards as well. You also hear maybe like the Free Design meets the Walker Brothers. That kind of gives you an idea. The lyricism draws from like science fiction, and kind of oddly, the Heaven's Gate cult is kind of an influence to the lyricism. Yeah, I think it's a fun, mystical trip worth taking. Again, that is the band from New York City called Lake Ruth, and this album is titled Hawking Radiation.
On the
have the latest LP from the Seaford UK duo called The Perfect English Weather. This album is titled Just Beyond the Lights. The Perfect English Weather is Simon and Wendy Pickles, whose main band is kind of the more upbeat jangle pop band called Pop Guns, we've talked about here before as well. So they use this project called The Perfect English Weather kind of as a vehicle for some of their material that maybe doesn't fit with that upbeat jangle pop vibe of Pop Guns. They cite influences for this project as like the Go-Betweens, First Aid Kit, and 10,000 Maniacs. It is a gentler, more acoustic, sophisticated indie pop sound. I feel like I hear shades of the band Trembling Blue Stars on here as well. I think this is an alluring, lovely record. It's quite lush. I think Wendy Pickles' vocals, they just really hit the spot for me. And I think the songs are just overall really pleasing. I think once again, this is probably a bit twee for some folks, but it's definitely one that I am digging. Again, that is the artist, The Perfect English Weather, and their new LP is titled Just Beyond the Lights and is out now on Matinée Recordings.
Heavy with perspective, we stop for ice creams at the shop, feeling like we've been here before. You really couldn't be sure. He didn't want to be loved by people like Leonard's not the enemy, and Leonard's gonna set you free from all the inhibitions of your life. Leonard has exquisite taste and says you have a model's face. Fear is all that you can leave behind. You will be his lover by the morning, and the morning is right now.
Next up, we have the latest solo LP from the Go-Betweens, former Go-Betweens member Robert Forster. This one is called Strawberries, and the album is out on Tapete Records. I'd say in contrast to the 2023 Robert Forster album, which is called The Candle and the Flame, also on Tapete Records, I'd say that this one maybe has a little bit more of a Go-Betweens vibe to it. This was recorded in Sweden at, I guess, Peter, Bjorn, and John, at their Peter, Bjorn, and John's studio there in Sweden. And Peter Morin of the Peter from Peter, Bjorn, and John, he produces and contributes, plays guitar on here, and also significant amount of like backing vocals. Has some upbeat jangle pop cuts, has some more of a country rock thing going on some songs, and also some that are like very stripped down, like with very sparse instrumentation. Yeah, another solid album from the legendary Australian musician. Definitely worth checking out for any, for any fans that maybe didn't miss that this one had come out, or people that maybe haven't checked in with Robert Forster in a while might want to check in with this one. That is Robert Forster, and the album is titled Strawberries.
Sunshine is divine, and the reason that I need you is that I love you all of the time. They tasted out of the ordinary. What